Hello Branson water people, this is a quick video to show you what data you need to gather every day and record on either that Google form or the water daily logs inside the water plant. So let's get to it. One of the first things you will record is the water level in the storage tanks in feet. Now you're going to actually look at where this red line intersects these lines on this measuring stick. Let's talk about what those each represent. Here's the number 22. Right below it, that is 22 feet. Each of these little lines represents 1 inch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches to the halfway mark, and then all the way down to 23 feet. Here's a special number you need to keep aware of: 23 feet and 6 inches. If we go a little bit beyond that, 7 inches, 8 inches, you'll see this piece of black electrical tape. That represents where the tanks are completely full. So if the red float marker is all the way down here, that means your tanks are full and you're most likely overflowing, and you would record 23.7 on the data sheet. So for example though, for today we are not quite full. We had the plant offline to do a little repair work lately. So we are at 21 feet 1 inch. So we would just put something like 21.1 on the sheet for today. Another data point you're going to record is whether or not the tanks are overflowing. So I'm walking over here to the tank on the left or east side of our little facility. And if you come over here, you will be able to hear or see water coming through that pipe. Sometimes it's not a perfect seal and a little bit drips out here and there if it's dripping out. Or if you hear it flowing through this pipe, you know the tanks are overflowing and we're in good shape in terms of our quantity of water. The next piece of data you'll have to record, and this is in person, you can see this on the cameras as well, is the turbidity. Here you can see it as 0.010, so on our daily log we'll just write 0.01. That is very, very clear water. The next thing we're going to record is our influent pressure. So you'll see it's labeled influent, and that meter right there tells us the pressure of the system coming in from the springs. And right now the influent pressure is right at 21 PSI, maybe 20-ish. Then we go over here to membrane number 1, which is the one closest to the door. Again, labeled nice and plain and clearly for you. This is sitting right at, looks to be 9 PSI. And then over here, membrane number 2, we're going to look at this pressure, which is right at 10. So you'll see maybe 11. So really the math from membrane 1 plus membrane 2 should roughly equal that influent pressure. The next two pieces of data that you're going to gather are downstairs right here on this meter. The first is going to be the total number of gallons that have come through the system. Right now that's going to be 1,285,8956 gallons. That's a whole lot. You're going to write that down on the daily sheet and input it into the Google form. The next thing you're going to do is calculate the gallons per minute. That is figured out by watching that orange dial go round and round for 1 minute and counting how many gallons. Each time around is 1 complete gallon. Now you can easily set your timer on your phone to 1 minute and just count them up, or if you don't want to take a full minute to do it, you can set your timer to 30 seconds and count how many gallons and multiply by 2. That total gallons per minute figure is what you will record on a daily basis. A normal number for us is anywhere from 7.5 to 9 gallons a minute, and that will fluctuate based on whatever the springs are doing. The next two pieces of data you're going to record have to do with the chlorine tank and the chlorine pump, which is right here. You can see that the water level inside the tank is right around 8.5 gallons. You're going to indicate that on the data sheet and on the Google form. The next piece of data you're going to gather is how many times the pump clicks in 10 seconds. The way you do this is set the timer on your phone for 10 seconds and then count the number of clicks. We typically have this set to 4 or 5 clicks every 10 seconds. A couple of final very important things you're going to want to record every day is the chlorine residual that you gathered either at the entry point or at somewhere in the town distribution system at your house, or maybe it could have been anywhere else. Make sure you record that chlorine residual on the data sheet or on the Google form, and we have videos about how to explain that. One final and very important piece of information that you might record, but you don't necessarily have to, is any notes or comments about your visit up to the water plant. Did you make any changes to the system? Did anything have to be repaired? Was it a particularly rainy day? Were filters really clogged? Did you clean something out that wasn't normal? Make note of that, and that gives us a really good history of what we've done up here at the plant and helps us plan moving forward. So thank you again for watching this training and for helping out with the water and for recording your data. Have a fantastic rest of your day.